Hi, I'm Chris Phillips with the 2021 Children's Ministry Annual Report. Building Connections was at the heart of Five Forks Children's Ministry last year. Returning to in-person programming in February, it was quickly apparent that like so many adults, our children had lost relationships with one another as the result of the COVID-19 disruptions. The challenge for the children's ministry team was how to bring our children together not only to learn Bible stories and grow their faith, but encourage the development of their role in the greater community of believers and seekers at Five Forks Church. The first step to accomplish this began with integrating children into the worship life of the church. Instead of spending their entire Sunday morning elsewhere in the building, kids ages 3 and up now started their Sunday mornings with friends and family in the auditorium, proceeding to the children's area for an engaging Bible lesson and fun activities during the sermon portion of the service. This non-traditional format of Sunday mornings was received well by the kids, with ever-increasing participation and attendance reaching pre-pandemic numbers by the end of the third quarter of the year. The second step was for kids to have a greater interaction with each other. Ages 3 and 4 learn together in one class, while our K-5 grade students come together now in a large group format lesson. With varying biblical understanding and ability, especially as we reach new children from our surrounding community, this method for teaching God's Word is beneficial as children come to us with differing experiences. You see, some have extensive Bible knowledge, others are unchurched and have little to no Bible familiarity, and many are somewhere in between. No longer do we assume proficiency solely based on age, and every child was and is able to excel and grow at his or her level, working together to help one another. We were once again able to offer in-person Vacation Bible School in 2021 as well. Campfire was a weekend camp that provided the integrity of solid biblical teachings along with a fun atmosphere, and we reached over 125 children and adults. With a nearly identical amount of time as a traditional week-long camp, Campfire included Bible lessons, crafts, games, science experiments, food, and much more. Focusing on the story of Jesus' disciple Peter, our program occurred Friday evening, all day Saturday, and concluded with a combined worship Sunday morning service that was kid-led for the entire church. In August, we introduced the Blessing of the Backpacks, a special Sunday morning event during the worship service where all children, youth, and adults connected to education, whether as a student, teacher, administrator, support staff, homeschool parent, or volunteer, were invited to bring their book bag, briefcase, satchel, or special bag and receive a blessing and tag to remind them that their church supports and encourages them. This was a great way to kick off a new school year and to support those involved in the field of education. As the days grew cooler, the opportunities to build connection continued with Fall Fun Day, an enjoyable afternoon for dozens of children and adults. Together, guests were treated to a time of snacks, pumpkins, games, a corn maze, and fellowship at Country Creek Farm. Families were also invited to take part in the Rise Against Hunger meal packing event in November, which enabled children and their families to physically participate in a mission outreach project and experience the church at work as one body. Though the calendar year was coming to an end in December, the children's ministry was full steam ahead. The season of Advent was yet another time to incorporate our children into the life of the church, with kids participating in the weekly lighting of the Advent candles, each Sunday and on Christmas Eve, and that tied nicely into the story of Christmas lessons that were the heart of our children's ministry lessons on Sunday morning. The second Saturday of December marked a new event with our gingerbread house party. With more than 100 persons of all ages, many not connected at the time with Five Forks, spent several hours building gingerbread houses, enjoying Christmas music, participating in activities, taking pictures at our photo booth, and much more. The children's ministry looks forward to new adventures and opportunities for faith building and fellowship in 2022. Thank you to the many volunteers who make each week possible, and thanking in advance the many more volunteers yet to step forward who will help children in our church and in our community to know, love, and follow Jesus.